Hello creative Tartanites and welcome back to my eclectic creative podcast. For those who don't know me, my name is Tanya and I'm an eclectic creator. I love to create pretty much everything I can, from portraits to sewing and knitting as well as crochet, etc. So how are you all doing? I have to confess I've not been feeling particularly well. That's one reason why I didn't actually manage to get a podcast out to you last week. I was feeling a bit run down, just a bit nauseous. I spent a lot of time kind of curled up on the couch, just relaxing and trying to feel a little bit better when I was on my days off, so that I could feel better for going back to work. So there was actually a lengthy period of time where I wasn't actually doing anything, so I'm a little behind on my projects, but I guess that's life, isn't it? So I'm going to start off with finished projects as always, but before I do, just like to remind you that you can find me on Instagram. I'm at Tartantaz. You can also find my Creative Tartanite Tribe group in Facebook and on Discord, and all details and links etc. I will leave in the description for you. So if you fancy hanging out with us, come and join us. Both groups are free, so it won't cost you anything, just a little bit of your time. So let's get started with the first finished project. It just so happens that this first project is a sewing project. I had some fabric left over from a bag that I had made for my granddaughter. She got it for her birthday in October. And I wasn't really thinking, I have to say. I thought I was making the smaller size basket, so that shows you where my head was at. But I ended up making this slightly bigger one, and that's fine. It's sitting on my desk and it is keeping my scrap fabrics. And this is a strip of fabric that it was served as a lesson learnt because I cut out the wrong size. I should have double checked the width of the strip that I needed. I just wasn't thinking. Yeah, I was cutting strips out from a hexagon, and this was the first couple of strips that I did, and then realised, whoops, it's the wrong width. It's not wide enough, but it's fine because there are other projects that it can be used for. So it's gone in my little scrap bucket. So that's that. The fabric I bought, I bought it a number of years ago actually. It's a lovely cotton fabric, and I have interfaced the size just to give it a little bit more stiffness. I don't think the interfacing is a particularly stiff one, still feels a bit floppy, but it's certainly better than it would be if it didn't have it in. I am toying with the idea of adding some handles and using it as a knitting project bag, like maybe socks or something, rather than using it for the fabric scraps and just put the fabric scraps in something else. But for the time being, it is sitting on my desk. Do you guys ever do that? Do you have like something that you start using for one thing and then actually decide that you would rather use it for something else? Or do you have that, I don't know what to use it for, it's so pretty I don't want to use it mindset? Because that can happen sometimes too. I particularly find it with like fabric and difficult to actually cut into the fabric if it's pretty, because I don't have a lot of fabric, so I'm like, oh, will I use this one? Oh, maybe not. Maybe I might want to do it for a bigger project, and I get a little like, not anxious, but a little indecisive as to whether or not to use that fabric. But yeah, I'm learning to just go with the flow. It's I say this lightheartedly, but it is just fabric. I can always purchase more, and there are so many different beautiful fabrics out there that, okay, I might not be able to purchase the exact same fabric anymore, but there's always so many to choose from. So does it really matter if I use the pretty fabric? It's a bit like paper crafters as well with their pretty papers, not wanting to cut into the bigger bits. I'm a bit like that with my fabric. Although strangely, I'm not quite the same with wool. I seem to be quite happy to use wool, but what I do find is that if I've got lots of wool, I'm reluctant to make smaller projects with it because maybe I won't have enough wool left to do a bigger project. And so, but that's the only thing with wool. What about you guys? Let me know in the comments. I'm babbling again. I will move on, and this is literally just the first project that I'm showing you to. So it's the only one that I've got finished today. I do have a few works in progress, and so let me start off with the knitting ones. This one I tried to get finished completely before the podcast, but I decided that it was more important to record the podcast than get the jumper finished, because I can always get the jumper finished later on today, but I'm not necessarily going to be able to sit down and record the podcast, and I want it to go up and be available tomorrow. That's the plan. It's my birthday, so I'm really looking at this as a birthday edition of the podcast, because yeah, happy birthday to me tomorrow. So this is the jumper that you've probably all seen at different stages. As you can see, it's not sewn, the sides aren't sewn, but I'm almost there, almost finished. It shouldn't take too long, but you know that way that you kind of think, am I underestimating how long it's going to take, and it ends up taking longer than I think it's going to. So hence I stopped sewing it and started recording this podcast instead. I will probably not show you it as a finished project, but we'll see. I might do. I might just film a little snippet of it finished and add it into another podcast, just simply because I'm going to finish it, do what I need to do and wrap it, because it's a gift. This one again, you have seen at various different stages, and I'm pleased to say that I'm finished the sleeve and about to start on the second sleeve. But I think I'll finish off the red jumper first and then get on to knitting the sleeve of this. What I find with this wool, it's they're both knitted in Arden wool that I was gifted by my mum, and they're acrylic wools, so there's not a lot of proper wool in it. I think it's 75% acrylic, if memory serves me correctly. And so I wrap the wool through my fingers to help me with tension. I do it for both my knitting and my crochet. And so when the wool is kind of gently running through my fingers, as it does, I get the rubbing, and it gets quite sore. So when it gets too sore, I just have to stop and move on to doing something different. Sometimes I'll go on to do some crochet, because I run the wool through my left hand when I'm crocheting, because I've got the hook in my right hand. But when I'm knitting, because I knit the English way, the European way, is it the English way? I don't know. But you know, I have the wool in my right hand, so sometimes I swap. So that's that. The next work in progress, again, I kind of stopped because I was trying to get the gifts finished that I'm in the middle of doing. And that is my little gnome. I think he is so cute. I don't know if the colour is coming up correctly on camera. I will obviously see better when I'm editing the video, but the body is a nice Christmas green and the hat is a Christmas red, and that is because I want it to be my little Christmas gnome. I may do more in different colours so that they can be any time of the year, but this particular one is for Christmas. So yeah, I've got the beard and the nose. I'm thinking I would probably not add the hands, the arms, even though the arms are available with this pattern. But it's more time. It's not because I don't want to do the arms, it's just I don't think I'll get it finished in time for Christmas if I do the arms. But we'll see how we go. So that's the gnome. Again, all details of patterns that I'm using, etc. Are going to be in the description. I haven't really spoken about the patterns with the last ones because I've already spoken about them in previous podcasts, but I will link them in the description if you fancy going and checking them out. Moving on now to my sewing project. You'll have heard me talking about my English paper piecing. Well, there is one of the flowers. So I'm going to do the combinations both ways. So I've got obviously the polka dots in the middle and on the edge, but I'm also going to do it the other way around where the pattern's going to be in the middle and it's going to be the polka dot in the second, is it layer? And then so the polka dots are going to be the second, and then the patterned, the flowers fabric is going to be in where the polka dots are. I hope that makes sense, because I think I maybe just confused myself here. So yeah, hopefully I've said that the right way around. So it's going to be the exact opposite of this one. And I do have a couple of them on the go. Don't ask me why I decided to jump about so much. I guess it really came down to what was to hand, and I probably thought I would just do this first and just keep doing lots of these, but then I probably then was like, oh no, I'll just do the next part on this one. So yeah, got a few on the go. I'm quite looking forward to joining these flowers together and seeing what the quilt's going to start looking like. But that's not going to be for a while because that particular sewing project, I really probably shouldn't have been doing any of it. But when my fingers got really sore with the acrylic wool, that was the project that I picked up. I'm really finding it very therapeutic to hand sew, and I've been watching, I think it's Dinlife, Dinlife, and she is just the most beautiful hand sewer I have ever seen, or certainly on YouTube anyway. Her stitches are so neat and so straight, and she does everything by hand. She sews, bags and all sorts. I would highly recommend you go watch her videos. They're not very long. She doesn't really do a tutorial as such, but they are so simple in terms of technique that you could actually make what she's making just based on watching the short videos that she's done. I'd highly recommend the channel without a doubt, so I'll leave a link in the description. So I think that's all the works in progress. Anything else that's in progress I can't show you because they are Christmas gifts, and I would hate for the person to have their surprise spoiled. So I can't really show you those. But what I will do is I will record a little segment of me showing you them so I can add it into the next podcast, and that will be after Christmas. So they'll have already got their presents by then, so I can show you in the next one. So next on the agenda is the box that I showed you in the last podcast from Red Robin yarns. Now you'll remember, hopefully you'll remember, that I was doing a poll to see whether or not I would open it on my birthday or open it now or open it on Christmas. And it was undecided. It was even Steven. So I decided that I wanted to open it for my birthday. I'm opening it today, and today that I'm recording is not my birthday, but the video will go up on my birthday. So kind of in a roundabout way, I'm opening it for my birthday. So I'm excited to be opening the box today. So here is the box, Red Robin yarns, as I said. So let's take a look. I'm excited. I haven't opened this, I promise. Now, there's going to be a little bit of rustling, so I may just pop a little bit of music on while I'm rustling this, so you don't hear the rustling. They're all individually wrapped in here, so this is going to be exciting. So we've got this little gift. Oh wow! Oh wow, these are so adorable. Look at that. Check that out. Oh, that's so beautiful. So 2021, obviously. Oh wow. That's so pretty. Project bag. Lovely. Now Russell. I'm thinking this is the big skein of yarn. Oh wow! Oh, that is gorgeous. Oh, I'm so excited about knitting with this. Gonk sock set 4-ply. Lovely. It's kind of pinks and kind of darker. I think it's like an anthracite grey. It's lovely. So that's 75 BFL and 25 nylon. That's beautiful. That really is beautiful. Let's pop that down there. Isn't it cool that I'm getting to share with you my birthday present? Oh. Some lovely chocolates and tea, which unfortunately I can't have, but I can gift these to someone. Unfortunately I have gut problems and I can't have anything with sugar. Sugar, for some reason, it accumulates. Something goes on. I don't know what's happening with my guts, but something happens over time when I have sugar, and then I end up really unwell with it after a period of time. And I've after a lengthy trial and error and cutting foods out, I have discovered that sugar's the culprit, so I can't have anything with sugar, can't have fruit or anything. So yeah, but I can gift these to people. I might even take them into work actually. Let's have a look and see what we've got in the last. Oh wow! Oh wow, this is absolutely gorgeous. Handcrafted soap. Lovely. Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that lovely? I'm trying to read to see whether or not this is like soap for human beings or whether it's soap to like wash the socks. I might have to look into that. It kind of looks like it might be soap for human beings, but I'll double check, because given that it's the Christmas sock set, I do wonder if it's maybe for washing the socks, but it could be for humans, it could be for me. Surely if it was for the socks it would say on the label. Lovely. Nice. So big shout out to Red Robin Yarns. Your mystery Christmas box is absolutely stunning. So thank you very much for going to the trouble of organising that for us to purchase it. I'm so glad I left it for my birthday. Yeah, that was lovely, thank you. So moving on to purchases and future plans. I am quite excited about this purchase, and there's something else that has been purchased as well that hasn't arrived, and I suspect it's probably not going to arrive until after Christmas now, but we'll see. We shall see. And I'm wondering if you will be able to guess what it is that I have purchased by showing you what's arrived as part of the whole overall purchase. So if you know what it is, pop it in the description, not the description, pop. If you know what it is, pop it in the comments. I have bought a big bag of fibre. It is 500 grams of lap waste. So there's lots of different colours in here. This one here, I'm looking at this one here, and this looks absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait to get these out and use them. And the other thing that I bought, that's part of it. Can you guess what it is? So I bought this from World of Wool. It was reasonably priced. It was a little bit cheaper than some of the other websites that I was looking at. I have since seen other websites, like on Etsy, that what I've bought is a little bit cheaper. But I was really struggling to find this in stock actually, because I've seen like DIY videos to make what I'm going to show you, but I couldn't get the parts. I couldn't get the bits, the prongs. A lot of the places were sold out, so I ended up just going for one that was already made, and that is the blending board for the fibre. So it means that I can blend the wool, or the fibre, sorry, together and make, was it they're called rollags, I think. I'm totally brand new to this, so I'm just learning myself, but I'm going to take you along on the journey. So, can you guess what it is that I have purchased and I'm waiting on, and that this is only part of the bigger plan. Hopefully, I will be able to show you in the next podcast what it is that I am up to next. So that's all the projects that I've got to share with you today. I don't really have any other news either. As I said in the last podcast, I am kind of taking a bit of a step back from my shop at the moment, and I'm going to regroup and re-push my efforts in the new year. So there isn't really anything to kind of talk about in that respect today. I will probably have a think about what my plans for 2022 are going to be, and I will probably do a little bit of a section in the next podcast at the end as to, doing a little bit of reflection on what's happened in 2021 and moving over into 2022. So that's what's coming up in the next podcast. All that remains now really is to say thank you very much for watching. If you're still here now at the end, you are an absolute star, and you are in with a surprise, because I am planning to do a giveaway. It's going to be a surprise giveaway because it is a surprise to me for a start, because I hadn't really thought about it until I was recording it. Because I'm recording this as a birthday edition, I figured that a giveaway would be fun. So to enter my birthday giveaway, just put in the comments, tell me what's your favourite birthday present that you've received and why. Now this giveaway I will run for 2 weeks. That will allow me to be able to get it sent to the person in the new year. So that allows us to get past Christmas and New Year essentially, because we all know that the postal service starts to kind of clog up over this period of time. So I'm just allowing it to run to the end of the year to then be able to post it in the new year. Now this giveaway is mine, it's not sponsored, it's something that I have purchased or made that I'm going to give away. In fact, I'm probably going to make something, so if you think you would be interested in getting something that I have made, you've all seen the kinds of things that I enjoy making, so it's going to be a good prize. So if you want to take a chance on winning something fabulous that you haven't seen yet, then leave me a comment. Thank you very much for watching. You guys are amazing. Take care and have a very Merry Christmas. And if I don't see you before, have a fantastic New Year. Take care, everybody, and don't forget, look after your mental well-being, because nobody else can. Bye for now.